Hey friends, welcome back to today's lesson. Today we're going to continue to talk about context clues. So let's get started. So if we remember, context clues are clues that good readers use to find the meaning of unknown words. And there are certain things that you look for. You look for pictures, you look for helping words, you look for words you know, examples and definitions, and synonyms and antonyms. If you remember yesterday, we worked with synonyms, which were words that mean the same. Let's look what we will be able to do today. And let's read it together on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Kipsters will be able to determine the meaning of a word by using context clues. So let me do a quick model today of what we are going to be able to do by the end of the lesson. So for your part 1, you need to read the passage and then answer the question. So let's go ahead and read the passage together. Please follow along as I read it. On average, people today are taller than people who lived 100 years ago. One way we can see this is by looking at Major League Baseball data. Today's baseball players are about 3 inches taller than players were 100 years ago. Experts say that people have grown taller because of improvements in health. We have access to more foods with vitamins, minerals, and proteins that we did in the past. Additionally, improvements in medicine have allowed us to stay free from many diseases. As a result of these improvements, our bodies can grow much better. The question is asking, what is the meaning of data as used in the passage? So we need to use our context clues to figure out what the meaning of data is. When we use our context clues, we need to look at usually the sentence either before or the sentence after to help us identify the meaning of the word. So I'm going to go ahead and reread the sentences before and after using the word data. So it says, on average, people today are taller than people who lived 100 years ago. One way we can see this is by looking at Major League Baseball data. Today's baseball players are about 3 inches taller than players were 100 years ago. So let's figure out what the word data means. Does it mean coaches, technology, information, or games? Data. So I know that data doesn't mean coaches. Data doesn't mean that the coaches of the baseball team. Okay, so let's keep looking. Technology, I don't know. I don't think it'd be technology. It never talked about anything to do with either computers, phones, or anything like that. So I don't think it's technology either. Games? It's not talking about games either. It's not talking about how the baseball players play in the games. I think it's information because it's telling me that today's baseball players are about 3 inches taller than players were 100 years ago. If we look at this sentence right after, it gives me the information that players are much taller than they were 100 years ago. So the meaning of the word data would be information. In this second part, you are asked to identify which sentence from the paragraphs helps you best understand the meaning of data. And we know that data means information. So we need to pick the sentence that best helps us know that data means information. Well, again, I looked at the sentence before and I looked at the sentence after to see if there was any information that helped me to find the meaning of the word data. And if I look today, baseball players are about 3 inches taller than players were 100 years ago. This is giving me information. We are comparing what the baseball players are like today versus what they were like 100 years ago. So this is a great sentence to use that gives me information about what data means. So friends, in the next few, in your Google form, you are going to do exactly what I did in my model. You are going to identify what the bold word means, and then you're going to find a sentence that gives you information about what it means. So there are two things you're going to do. What are the two things that you're going to do? You're going to find what the bold word means, and then you're going to find text evidence to help you support that meaning. Friends, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or Mr. Martinez. Good luck, and I can't wait to see how you do.